One. We live. Pop-up podcast.
What up?
Pop up on them on
What's
your
up?
buck like this.
What's up? What's up?
What up?
We here today.
Episode
There.
49. We almost at 50. That's
We
crazy.
almost at 50, man. It's coming.
Almost at 50. All right. So we got a kind of a special episode today. We're gonna get into a couple of different topics. But first off, we got a special guest. Obviously, we ain't just three people today. We got our man Phil, MVP. We're gonna talk about a lot of things that Phil got going on. We're gonna let y'all know let y'all know exactly what he does, which is a couple interesting things. But because we always be pressed for time, we're gonna jump right into it. Let's go start. We're gonna talk about the student loans first. I think that's like the first we can start it off slow. Let's talk about these student loans. I don't know exactly what's going on. As y'all know, I don't kind of don't like dip into the serious news topics too much before we start. But so what exactly is it? Is it basically like if you have money that you still owe to your school, they're putting that on pause, you don't got to pay it back at the moment?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
That's pretty much
Yeah.
what it is. Like if you got
Okay.
a bunch of student loans,
Yeah.
and you were getting hounded to pay it, you're not getting
Right.
hounded. You didn't get hounded throughout the past year. You know what I mean? You didn't have to pay it
Same,
for the
like
past year.
almost 2 years now. Yeah, I would know because I got the letter. They paused my payments, and then I know some stuff in between went on where like some student loan got like cleared. I think they said he cleared some certain amount of student loan debt, and I was one of the lucky ones. I ain't gonna lie.
I think it was like 10
my
million.
account, yeah, my shit says zero. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, you lit.
Yeah,
then.
my shit say zero. I ain't really owe that much. You know what I'm saying? I know some people owe hundreds of thousands of dollars. Me, I think I only owed like 60 something thousand. So it wasn't nothing crazy.
God damn, that's still a lot.
It's still a lot,
It's a lot.
but
Yeah, exactly.
still a
It's
lot. But I know people that
It's a
owe
lot.
3-4 times that. You know what I'm saying? So like from what I've been told, I've been one of the lucky ones, and then because of this situation, even more lucky because that shit got. From what I understand, I don't see that shit on my account no more.
Right. So basically, like there's people that if you didn't really owe too much, basically they erased your whole debt completely. Like
Pretty much. And then for those that still owe, they're trying to get them back on track to make those payments again. But everyone's fighting against it, which
Right,
I don't
right.
blame them.
Quick question for you,
True.
Phil. Did you go to college for baseball? Did you play baseball in college?
No, after high school, after getting drafted out of high school, I just ended up going to college on the MLB's money though, but like while still playing. So I didn't actually go to college to play baseball, but I went to school while playing baseball professionally.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like that, yeah.
Got you. That's what's up.
And anyway, real quick, back to just on the Biden thing. If I'm not mistaken, like last week or something, or a couple of days ago, he kind of had said the opposite of this, right? He said like he was putting it back on where you would have to pay, or it was being cut short or something.
Yeah.
He just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, it's a dub. I can't extend it. And then now all of a sudden he can extend it till
What
February.
do y'all think, in y'all's personal opinions, like what do you think changed between that, then and now?
I say the voice of the people, honestly, because it seemed like one big, hoorah, like everyone was on the same page about it. It was just like, nah, like this is bullshit, which, I understand. Because, given the times that we in right now, it looks like we're going through this crazy second wave, with
Right.
COVID and everything. So,
Yeah.
while we're still dealing with that, I do find it a little bit unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? So they should pause it a little longer.
Yeah, definitely, something like that. Like, and as well as the debt collectors, they need to be paused as well because I'm tired of getting scammed like these calls.
I don't know. I feel that's a good one.
That's facts, them too. But I guess
Facts,
they ain't never gonna stop. They gonna be on forever. All right, so yeah, I guess we're gonna keep up with that too. We're gonna see how what other changes they go. Do y'all think I've been seeing a lot of like talk lately about that stimulus talk because we're getting back into like Clay said, we kind of get back into that wave. Do y'all? I've been seeing a lot of jokes too, like people saying like So what do y'all think? Do y'all think y'all see another stimulus coming anytime in the future, or probably not? Probably
I'm not even gonna get my hopes up personally.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. You never know. I feel like if there is another stimulus, it's gonna be like one more. If not,
Right.
then, yeah, it's a dub, bro.
I feel like in order for us to get another stimulus, bro, it's gonna have to be just as bad as last year, if not worse. And I don't want that.
So you mean
because you gotta because you gotta look at the league, like look at the leagues, the sports leagues, like the NBA and the NFL. Yeah, they're still putting players in protocol when they catch COVID, but they all said they're not stopping play. They're not stopping people from going into the arenas. They're not, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not trying to put anything on pause, which, you know, knock on wood, could flip the script and make situations a lot worse. Which if it does, yeah, there could be another stimmy coming our way. But if this is just part of the wave, you know, and things are kind of still normal, but, you know, people who are playing their position, staying inside at their own will. But if it's still the way it is now throughout the winter, I don't think we're getting another stimulus. I think it's very unlikely.
My question is, Phil, this one's for you, bro. As a German resident, how'd that look, stimuluses and pandemic-wise? You don't have to get deep into the pandemic. But
no. I'm going to tell you how crazy it is because I lived in Germany, got no stimulus from Germany, but actually got the one from the United States. So I'm going to tell you, I swear to you. Because look, it's funny. Because I went to school on the MLB, like a scholarship, basically they give it to you as like taxable money, taxable income. So then what happened is because I pay my taxes and I got a social security, I got the stimulus check too while living in Germany. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Bro. And it was funny because it was legal. So I was just like, all right, I'm chilling. You know what I mean? It's a win-win. It's a win-win. You know, it was a win-win.
They didn't do nothing like stimulus over there.
No, because over there, basically, the law is that like either if you have a kid, you get 87% of what you normally make salary already, and if you don't have a kid, you're forcefully have to get 82%. So everybody just kept getting paid. They didn't have to go to work, but they had to get paid. Yeah, they had to get paid, and the government helped everyone keep paying the paychecks. You know what I'm saying? So every business got help to keep paying everyone. Exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, but Phil, so when were you in America or Germany when the whole COVID thing like kicked off? Like
I
when
was
it
in
first
Germany.
started.
I was in Germany.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I was
in
in
like
Germany.
so when this started, do you think did Germany kind of take things more seriously before like America and the rest of the world, you think, or no, like they were kind of behind as far?
Oh yeah, for sure. Germany went immediate like lockdown. So like when things went crazy in March, I think by March I was already inside and couldn't do anything, couldn't buy anything. You couldn't go outside for nothing. Like the only thing that was open is like maybe food delivery, and everything you had to pay with card because there was no transaction of money. So it was an immediate under control. They went full lockdown, and then the people hated it. Of course, like the public argued and like they protested and all that, but the country just went for what they wanted to go for, you know, and they just made sure that they try to nip it in the butt, like they said.
Of
earlier,
course,
you know what I'm saying?
And honestly, I respect them doing that because when everything was going on and we didn't go into full lockdown just as yet, and countries like Germany and I forgot there was two other countries that came to mind before, but other countries went into lockdown immediately, and then while we were in lockdown, they were having concerts and living their life normally like they're supposed to while we were in lockdown. So it's just like, bro, we should have went into lockdown right away. It's like we were so against it at first, you know what I'm saying, and kind of was just not facing the reality. So that's dope. That was actually a good move on their part.
And like it's crazy. And for me, it was even funnier because I would sit in Germany, and mind you, I have a whole life here in the United States. All my friends, my family, my son lives here, so I would be in Germany while I'm on lockdown, and the people in the United States making fun of me for being on lockdown. Damn. And then, like you said, the story flips over when I'm going to concerts and going to clubs, and then they couldn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? And it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? It went both ways.
But so, and beyond like being homesick, obviously, and like missing, you know, your friends and family and stuff like that, did you ever feel like you would have been safer if you were back home in America and Florida and stuff like that? Or were you kind of like, damn, I'm kind of more happy with this Germany situation than how it's looking in America?
For me, the situation is that in Germany, it's like everything fell into place perfectly because I would still get paid and I was safe. Okay. So it's like everything was free. So for example, the moment COVID came, every test in Germany became free. So you just, any place that can do testing, it was free. You just go in, even if you were not German, you can come in and do it for free. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And then when the vaccines came in, it's like people went crazy with the vaccines. It's like every business that had the vaccines available made appointments, and then they did from like old age to people that were overweight, and then slowly came down the list. And then, like, in matters of 3, 4, 5 months, they were trying to get everything going. You know, they really, really took it serious. You know, really serious. I hated it how serious they took it, because I was like, bro, come on, let me live. But then I realized, like, now looking back, Germany's doing good with it. You know what I mean? It's holding its own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So would you argue, and this is going, you know, I'm not going to, because we could have a whole COVID hour-long discussion.
I feel you.
And people in the chat too, you feel free to answer how you feel. Do you feel that America right now is handling things appropriately, like, you know, as compared to other countries?
The way I see it, European countries, because that's the ones I'm close to right now.
Yeah, specifically European.
The European countries, it goes 50-50, you know, because in the United States, certain states are taking it serious. You see what I'm saying? Because there's 50 states, it's different. It doesn't count the same, because the United States is one country, but divided in 50 states. But in Germany, each country is their country. You know what I mean? It's just this country. Gotcha. And then everybody abides by the rules. Right. But then, for example, in the United States, maybe in Louisiana, they do something different that they're doing in Florida. And then the country still pays for it as a whole, because then the COVID keeps spreading throughout regardless. You know what I'm saying? So it's like your state doesn't protect you from the COVID that comes from the outside. You know what I mean? It's like it just keeps spreading throughout the country. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
True. All right. Well, yeah. So we're gonna talk to Phil later a little bit more about his experiences in Germany and stuff like that, because it's obviously very interesting. So let's talk about North Korea real quick. So what the hell is going on in North Korea? Or I guess we understand what's going on in North Korea right now. So I guess the previous leader, Kim Jong-il, who I believe is Kim Jong-un's father, if I'm not mistaken. The anniversary of his death is coming up, and I guess in order to, you know, commemorate this, they've banned a bunch of things beyond what I've heard is already severely banned in this country. They banned laughing recently. They banned drinking, shopping, and a lot of any kind of communication at all for the next 11 days, I've heard. So this kind of, you know, like I say, it goes kind of what we was talking about with other countries and stuff like that. Like, you know, I think as Americans, sometimes we're kind of ignorant to how different other countries can be run in, like, other continents and stuff like that. So, so what do y'all think about this, man? Do y'all think that that this is the proper way to show respect to this man's father, or do y'all think they kind of taking this too far?
What I was thinking is like, see, I didn't read too deep into it, but just going off the headline, it sounds like one of them like troll headlines, like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, North Korea banned laughing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like I'm not saying I'm not saying that it's not real, but like,
it sounds like it would be some
yeah. I'm not saying it's not real, but it sounds like okay, it's kind of like twist the words in a way. Like, I'm thinking you go there and you start laughing and like you fucking like what, get arrested because of you laughing, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if that probably, you know, it's just like how niggas would say, you know, you can't smoke a cigarette certain places, you know, it probably is based on if you were to get caught or seen doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say reading that headline still, like, North Korea is like wilding, bro. Like, yo, I heard this is not even off topic, but it's a kind of a different situation. I don't know if you guys remember the show Squid Games, but apparently in North Korea there was bootleggers that was bootlegging Squid Games. North Korea didn't want Squid Games in their country, so whoever brought it over, they got sentenced to death by fire squad.
Wow.
Yeah, so North Korea be ODing, bro. So I'm like that's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds like a troll headline, but it may just be real as fuck. They may just like really sentence you to some time for laughing during that day.
My nigga, you get burned or whatever the hell the execution was just for bringing over the Squid Games.
Yeah. The copies of Squid Games, like bootlegging it in North Korea.
Yeah. He's
fire squad, boy.
That's nuts.
Fire squad.
That's nuts.
They line you up. They get niggas and they shoot you in the back of the head. Fire squad. That's OD, bro.
Crazy.
Just for some Squid Games.
That is crazy. Crazy.
Count your blessings, people. Count your blessings.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
No, for real, you gotta count them.
I mean, you know, man has the right to dictate his, you know, his country and his land how he wants.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thanking God I don't live in that country.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just, if that's, you know, because you gotta think the people that live there, they must find some way to you know, go by day to day. You know what I mean? And for the most part, obviously they don't have the luxuries and freedoms of us in the Western world and shit like that. But That's just crazy.
That's
Man.
wild,
I read that. Let me see what they're saying. Most of what they do is inhumane, but it's hard to judge how other countries treat their populace for an American stance. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm saying. Like as Americans, we have so much, we kind of take things for granted.
Take it for granted.
I heard,
Yeah, for sure.
And, I heard they can barely even use the internet out there. Like they don't even have access to certain like social networks and websites and stuff like that. Yeah. So, crazy. But we definitely gonna look into that. Do y'all think there'll ever be a time when North Korea like this is gonna change? Because I mean, obviously, this is gonna be like a family passed down thing. As far as who's gonna be leading the country. Do you think so? Y'all think for the most part, it's probably gonna be like this forever, huh? Like,
A lot of those Asian countries seem to be very old fashioned, so they're not gonna let their traditions go. I think it's gonna get passed down.
Yeah, they've been like that for a while, like they just been doing it consistently. And I also think it's sad that we don't get to hear from people that are actually from there, because we always seem to hear the news. Yeah. But then I'm saying, why don't people start like going crazy and like running away or trying to do something? You see what I'm saying? Because here in the United States, we will protest. Anywhere else, we will protest. We will try to do something. Yeah. But there, it's like either they're hiding everything and we don't know anything that's going on, or it's like, where do we get our stories from? Do we go there and find out that this is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's usually what it comes down to, is that it's because it's a mix of both. It's them restricting their internet usage. They can't post on the internet and things like that. And then it usually takes, like you said, someone like us or from another country where we can have the free will of even going and coming back.
You
gotta go and record the shit and then come back and show it. But even sometimes doing that, you might get in trouble for shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think it's like a like like a mix between, I don't know if y'all know what like Stockholm syndrome is, and propaganda that they use. Obviously this doesn't go for everyone that lives there, but I think there's probably a large amount of that population that is there, and they probably feel like they living better than us. You know what I mean? I feel like they probably do shit that they show them about how we're living here and the craziness. They're probably like, man, thank God we're not in America. You know what I mean? So
remember Rachel used to teach the Chinese kids, and they used to be like, oh, you're black. Oh, how do you feel going to the mall? Like you don't get scared to get shot? Like
oh, that is so
yo.
Wow.
So deep.
That shit is crazy.
Imagine they must think black people do go through like, situations here, but it must be like over the top in their head. Like they must think as soon as the cop sees you, like it's on site.
It's on site for us.
Yeah, it's on site. Yeah, it's on site.
Crazy.
For real.
Crazy.
But yeah, we're gonna keep up with that. We're gonna see how that goes. But I agree with the rest of you guys. Like I don't think that's changing anytime soon. So next we got we don't really have any sports and not any worthwhile sports topics this episode, unless I might be wrong. If anybody in the chat or you guys know of anything, let me know. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't shit going on, but everybody catching COVID. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. That's the only thing that's happening. But I did see some interesting news today that's sports related to someone in sports who's actually, well, I guess this is interesting. The other day, this is Steph Curry related. Didn't he become like he's now like a leading scorer or something like that? And
he's most 3 points. Yep.
Yeah,
in history.
Yeah, I watched that game. It was pretty crazy, and like you could tell it was a real like emotional like milestone for him. Like he really and it was cool to see Scottie Pippen there. Not Scottie Pippen.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller, Ray
Allen. Yeah, they both were there.
Seeing them two there. Yeah, it was crazy.
Also heard that Aisha and Stephen Curry are in an open relationship, but
that's what I was about to get into. So I heard that these two might be in an open relationship. So I mean, obviously, like I said, I'm gonna give my opinion, but starting with Don, then we go Phil, then we go Clay. Do y'all think this even a pot from what you see of this relationship and how it's molded to be like, one of those envied status relationships? Do y'all think it's true? Is it possible?
So I'm like on the fence. I don't think it's there. Like I don't know, because first of all, the sources like everybody be like everybody. No, I don't believe in the the headline.
Oh, you don't believe that they're in? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not saying
it could be dragged.
Yeah, it could be dragged. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Aisha got caught talking to somebody and was like, "Oh, she's in an open relationship," like type. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not believing it 100% because like how they say the sources, like, you know what I'm saying? They just be like sources say, like there's no real facts behind it yet.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't. I'm not really gonna say I believe it yet. But hey, it's possible. Look at Will and Jada. That was a real rumor for a while.
Yeah.
And Will and Jada was true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just spilling the tea on that everything.
So,
but yeah, Phil, what you think? Phil, what you think? You think this is possible?
Well, for me, I read that yesterday, and the first thing I did was I went on YouTube and I put in Breakfast Club Steph Curry to see if I heard it, because if it was real, it would have came out like somebody would have said something, because it's too big of a story for it not to be big yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's too big of a story for it not to be too big. So for me, it's like it's also, I don't know, I can't see Steph Curry like that. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, then I'm like, yo, he's really like the, you know, like babyface assassin. You know what I mean? Because he's different. You know what I mean?
All right. And before we get into Clay real quick and I get his opinion, I'm gonna ask this though. All right, like you said, you don't see, and that was my thing too. I don't see Steph agreeing to that. But from what I read, it's also an open situation for him too. And think about the pool that he's able to choose from. You get what I'm saying? If you're him, maybe is it not more appealing if you're like, all right, if I could do what I got to do. So Clay, you tell me now. With that, give me your opinion on the whole situation.
I don't know. The more information I get, I can't sway to either side. I'm 50-50 because I know Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying, is a good dude, you know, from what we know. And, you know what I'm saying, he's a God man and, you know, God first dude. Apparently, like the whole Warriors organization is like God first type people. Like that's the reason why they're such a dynasty and easy to work with together. So that much I know. But, you know, even though people being religious don't change nothing. But at the same time, though, reason why I feel like it could be true is because they've been together their whole damn life, since fucking middle school, high school, who knows when. They got 4 kids together. I'm sure they've done everything under the sky blue moon, probably even was taking bodies down together. So it's possible they might just be like, you know what, let's just try this out and see if it works. You know what I'm saying? It could be a mutual thing. And there's no problem with that as long as the husband's happy and the wife's happy. But I don't know though. I don't know what to believe, because it's possible, but you know, in some sense, but to another sense, it's like, I can't see it. Like I don't know.
All right, so okay, and then so in the chat they saying, so Saint Digital says open relationship is just a code for we have an image to maintain, so we're gonna keep taking pictures and sleep with other people. And Caleb agrees, says, you know, that's kind of true. And I think, you know, listen, man, I always tell people when they bring up this kind of stuff is like, those of us who don't have millions and rich and is not rich and famous and is not in the, you know what I mean. We don't know. It could be a whole, we have a lack of understanding.
It's a different level,
whole nother. I like to say when people living a lifestyle outside of my tax bracket, I can't judge what they do or really act like I could say for sure based off of what they show, you know, publicly or the image they display. So, you know, like Future was going around telling people he stopped drinking lean. I don't think that shit was true. I think he was just saying that because he knew it would be better for him as far as dealing with, you know what I'm saying? To just, man, y'all niggas are so obsessed with this shit. Let me just say that I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? So, and I think, is it possible, you know, I say like this, like I saw a video, it was a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, it had to be like maybe 2017, 18. And it was like Steph Curry, Aisha, and they were at their house and Drake was on the couch with them. You know what I'm saying?
I seen that video today. Somebody pulled it up today.
Yeah.
What you think
I felt like Drake was a little close on that couch, B. You know what I'm saying?
You think he's having a threesome with Drake?
I see you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe.
Hey, and Drake's the type of
that'll
dude
be very weird.
Drake be the type of dude though. You know what I mean? If you
Drake
ever
is Steph tag team with Aisha. No.
You know what I'm saying? Drake would be, and Drake type of dude who would be like, look, bro, if you know, I come through and we handle Aisha tonight, I'll bring 2 for you. I'll bring the Claremont twins tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yo, what I do want to say, okay, so that does make a little sense. Like if my theory here, if they are doing something like that, it's with people of that caliber who wouldn't like make it slip. Like
Boom.
You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't like tell the public and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But what I was gonna say is, if they were in an open relationship, if it's like crazy to that point, I feel like it would have got out from way before. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like you would have seen something like somebody like would have pulled something. Like look, Carmelo Anthony was with Lala for a little bit. There was so many cheating allegations on Carmelo Anthony. Like that man, like you know what I'm saying? Like almost every week. Tristan Thompson, almost every week, this man got a new baby.
That's true.
So something would, something would have came out, and you ain't hear nothing about Steph till today.
That's true.
But like you did make a good point. Like if it's like with high caliber people like Drake and you know what I'm saying? If Drake, this is so disrespectful, bro. But if Draymond and Steph is tag team of Aisha Curry, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna hear it in the public because both they all gonna keep it
because
quiet.
Nobody would benefit. Like, bro, I would tell niggas all the time, like, even if you think back to high school, bro, the dudes that would get the most play with girls would be the dudes that would keep it on the DL because the girls that didn't want everybody to know they was doing shit wouldn't want to do it with a nigga that would go tell everybody and tell the whole school and stuff like that.
That's true.
Niggas know, you know what I'm saying? Us talking don't benefit nobody. We can keep everything going if everybody, you know what they say, loose lips, sink ships or some shit like that.
Sink ships, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't put it past no one. But we're going to keep up with that. We're going to keep up with that. We're going to continue to talk about that as I'm sure more will unfold in the upcoming weeks about that whole situation. But I did just really quickly think of a kind of a sports topic that we could talk about that has kind of been hot the past couple of days. So this Logan Paul and Tyrone Woodley fight. Logan Paul and Tyrone Woodley fight, right? So everybody seems to have their opinion on this situation, on whether this was staged or not, whatever. I did not watch the whole fight, so I'm not going to judge the whole fight, which I don't even know how long this fight was, but I did see this, obviously, the knockout, and it did not look good. It did seem a little movie to be real, I guess you could say. But I'll get into my opinion last on whether I feel like it is real or not. We'll start with Clay this time, then we'll go to Phil, then we'll go to Don. Clay, how you feel? Did you see the footage first and foremost? Like, did you get to see it or no?
I did see the footage. I got a few other opinions. Sorry about that. But I kind of feel the same way. I don't know if you peeped First Take when Stephen A. Smith was talking about it.
Did not see. I didn't get to see that. No.
Yeah, I was trying to find a way to explain how, like, not that the fight was rigged, but like Jake Paul and Stephen A. said it. Jake Paul has yet to fight like an actual boxer. Like, if you think about the people he's knocked out are not actual boxers. Yes, Tyrone Woodley used to be in a UFC, ring, but we all seen what happened when motherfucking when Mayweather went up against Conor McGregor. Exactly. Conor McGregor did not stand a chance because boxing is way different. You know what I'm saying? You can't kick in all this extra shit. So that's the same thing Stephen A. said. Is like, bro, until a real boxer is put in the ring with this nigga and Jake Paul can knock him out like he did, then I am now believer. But I don't think it was rigged. I think it was just the fact that Jake Paul had the utmost advantage over him because he's a boxer. Okay. Tyrone really technically wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never looked at it. Yeah, I did look at it that way. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's been knocking out niggas that don't box. He knocked out Nate Robinson. He knocked this nigga out. And then there was somebody else he knocked out in between him and Nate. I forgot who else. But it's been three or four people maybe. I don't know how many, but that he's knocked out. And he hasn't fought a real boxer yet. So his record don't mean shit to me, honestly.
Respect.
I pulled up Logan Paul. Let me
I be getting confused. My bad.
Let me be respectful and put Jake Paul.
Who fought this? Was it Jake Paul or Logan?
It was Jake. I'm pretty sure it was Jake Paul. Yeah.
Jake Paul. Yeah. Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
I had Logan Paul's picture up there.
Yeah, I don't even, bro. I don't know them apart. Like, I honestly don't. Like, searching up by name. So yeah, going to Phil. Phil, what do you think? Was this rigged? Was this real?
Yeah, for me, the first time I saw it, like I said, the first initial reaction is like, why did it look so easy to punch this dude in the face like that? It looked like the easiest punch ever do, and it was weak. It wasn't even fast. Like, it was just like a big punch from a tired guy, and it hit him and knocked him out. And I was wondering if it's rigged. Is this dude signed up to stand there and give a chin? Is that what he did? So he said, hey, here's my chin, knock me out, because he hit the floor hard. I don't know how you fake that. He hit the floor hard. So then for me, it was like, if it's rigged, how is it rigged? It's rigged to the point of him embarrassing himself, of saying, hey, hit me in the chin, and I'll eat the floor.
And I'll get millions of dollars.
Exactly. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
But
no,
nah.
that's my thing about that. I'm on the same page with that. Like I watched it because people were saying like the way he I think Jake Paul had like clenched his fist a few times. You know what I'm saying? I think that was just him getting ready to, you know what I'm saying, like putting the strength in his arm so he can really like hit that jab. But yeah, I'm not believing it's rigged. Like if y'all seen that, I don't know if y'all seen the sweat come off with Tyrone Woodley. Did y'all see that?
Yeah,
when
nigga.
he got hit.
The sweat
like he slapped every single piece of water in that man's body out of him, bro.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not taking that hit. A couple mil, I'd probably take a hit like that. But
so that's my. But here, okay, and that's what I'm saying. And in the chat here, they're obviously saying when guys get killed for real, their legs get collapsed or they drop quick. Woodley stood stiff too long. Caleb says it was staged as fuck. Okay, so this is my thing. I agree that it looked staged. It looked too perfect to be like real. And I've seen, obviously, anyone who's watched boxing has seen other knockouts and stuff like that. So you've seen. But my thing is, if I'm Tyrone Woodley, right? How much money can Jake Paul and his brother and whoever they team really pay me to go out like that? You know what I'm saying? It's not like you just paid me to take an L. You didn't pay me just to take the dive. You paid me. What could they have paid Tyrone Woodley for that level of embarrassment?
Yeah. I wouldn't take it. I could be like, listen, we're gonna fight this, and whoever wins. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting there.
But don't forget, he already lost. He already lost once already. So he already lost and then signed up to now get beat worse. Because last time he didn't even get KO. This time he came to get a KO, so it's like, let's pay to beat me up. That's literally what he did.
Listen, I seen that punch, bro. Because Saint Digital in the chat talking about some he taking punch all over the body. That's the body. If it was like a body hits and he was like kind of knocked out of a body hit, then I would be like,
he wasn't even moving like a boxer, bro. And my nigga was moving like he was in a UFC ring. He's sitting there, hands down, and shit. Like, that's not how you box, nigga. You need to box like this, you dumb nigga. Like, that's why he got knocked out. He started putting his hands in front of his face. By the time Jake started swinging at him, and then that knockout, he like fake tried to, but that shit went right through and bang. You know what I'm saying?
That hit was OD. Like I think
it was OD.
That hit was OD, bro.
But I don't know. I would just hate to think that Tyrone Woodley was so down bad or so done with his career or whatever that he was like, you know what? I'll take X, Y amount. You can just knock me the fuck out. I'll do a hole. I'll drop to the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and his mom was there.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, dude. That's the big part too. It's like my mom's is here. Bro, like I'm getting slapped around in front of my mom's foot. Bro, I can't do that, bro. I'm sorry, but like that's a little tough, man. That's tough. I'll tell you.
Mom did, nigga. You need to be more prepared. And I think that's another thing too. I don't know if these motherfuckers even prepare because
taking it serious.
Look at when he fought Nate Robinson. Look at how Nate Robinson was acting in that damn fight.
Nate Robinson,
nigga was swinging at him like a toddler, bro.
Yeah, he was
like a little kid.
I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, bro.
I seen all his YouTube videos about preparing to do the boxing match. He didn't do nothing that looked like he was preparing for it. He went out there
doing, dribbling a basketball and doing push-ups.
Nah, he was actually he looked good in the like he was practicing on the YouTube videos. He looked good. Like
I remember seeing the practice.
Yeah. But as soon as he hit that ring, it looked like his whole brain froze up, and he's like,
he remember nothing.
Just started going out with swinging.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, I mean, in the chat, they're not jacking it. They not believing that
believe it's staged
it was fake. Yeah,
oh,
it's possible. Like it's one of those things where
it's
if I would
possible,
have found, I wouldn't be.
Jake Paul still don't get no respect though. Like,
I'm never gonna respect.
Oh, yeah, not respecting Jake Paul.
Yeah.
If like you said, if he fights a real boxer and get at least, he don't even got to get a KO. If he at least gets
a win, wins, he just has to win, and I'll give him respect.
A real boxer.
He ain't fought a real boxer.
Hasn't he been calling out real boxers though, or no?
Yeah, fucking Mayweather. And Mayweather's like, haha.
He's called out other homeboy. What's the white dude? I think he's white. He might be Hispanic. I'm not sure, but he's next. He wants to fight him next.
Canelo?
Him.
Canelo.
Nigga, I hope Canelo wash his blood clot, bro.
And
Canelo.
Maybe
so what about this? What if he knock out Canelo? Niggas gonna still say. Niggas gonna say that.
He knock out Canelo. He got it.
Because right now, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not a boxing
fan
just now.
like that,
I'm pissed off about 10 of my niggas. Me just saying that just now.
I'm not a boxing.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm not a boxing I don't watch boxing like that, bro. And like it's you got to think of like the outside looking in. I just be seeing Jake Paul knocking niggas out left and right. So it's like it's like yo.
So you're just like,
OD.
yeah, he can box. You think he can box just because of that.
You feel me? So
You know,
it's like
I think he's thinking about fighting Jorge Masvidal. You know that other UFC dude?
Yeah, I heard,
Yeah. I think he's trying to fight him too. And I'm like, dude, that guy. I mean, he's not challenging boxers like you said. Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp said that too. It's like he's not fighting boxers. He's fighting people that anybody that can throw punches for 4 years will be able to knock out if you've been working on it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's a free easy money grab. Easy money grab. Yeah, free check. Exactly.
Yeah, free check. He got a nice little winning record, so he, his chest out, chain on, he talking his shit. But it's like, bro, you really can't talk. You can't talk shit though, bro. You ain't fighting a real boxer.
We'll see if Canelo responds and how that works out for me.
Oh, that's
one of these boxers got to. One of these boxers got to.
Hopefully it's Canelo. But all right, let's keep it moving. Let's go into the entertainment phase. So next, I want to talk about Jay-Z. What's going on with Jay-Z and this?
Jigga.
With how his Jigga. First off,
flexing
what's the app called this Clubhouse or whatever it's
Clubhouse.
called?
Motherfuckers are still using that bullshit.
What is up with this app? It got people that don't even talk going in on full dialogue. Like I'm listening to Jay-Z speak more words than I've heard him speak in a long time, and he was on there talking to Alicia Keys the other day, like 21 Savage. Like so, he was basically, and in my opinion, I think it's another case of Jay-Z kind of just being, I get it, he's Jay-Z, trust me, I live in New York, I understand. But I feel like he being a little disrespectful to a lot of people that might be able to challenge him on this, right? Yeah, Jay-Z claims that nobody could step to him on that Versus stage. That not even to come to him about it, because there's nobody that's even worth the time or that would even be able to match him. So we're gonna start with Don this time, then we're gonna go to Clay, then we're gonna go to Phil. What you think, bro?
Yeah.
Don,
and I'm a huge Jay-Z fan. Like I listen to a lot of Jay-Z, and he's definitely tripping, bro. Like Jay-Z got hits, but there's some people out there that got way more hits than Jay-Z, at least right now too.
Yeah, I'm about to talk about a couple in my opinion.
He's tripping, bro. Like I think he must be on like one of them like just it's maybe a billionaire trip.
I'm like power billionaire Jay-Z.
I'm not gonna call it a power trip. It's a billionaire trip.
His are very specific. I call them Jay-Z trips. I feel like he be kind of just like going in his zone and thinking like, oh, I'm the only person that matters in this rap game thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like I said, I'm gonna save my opinion. So who did I say next? Phil? Phil's next. Phil, you tell me. Tell me how what you think.
For me, it's coming from a guy from the islands. I'm from this island called Curacao, and there Jay-Z wasn't what Jay-Z was when I came to the United States and realized he was. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like Jay-Z sometimes may think Jay-Z's bigger than he actually is. He's a billionaire, of course, right? But he's not what, like, for example, I'm not trying to say, but like what Kanye is. Even though Kanye says Jay-Z's above him, it's like Kanye. Even in Curacao, Kanye was like Kanye. You know what I mean? He's Kanye everywhere. You know what I mean? And for me, I think Kanye even can battle him. In my opinion, Kanye will give him a run for his money because he got bangers. Kanye got hits after hits. You know what I mean? Hits after hits,
people, man. You know,
bro.
A couple people.
I ain't gonna lie.
What you think? Yeah.
I was just having this conversation with my boy Ant earlier today, and obviously when you think about somebody going up against Jay-Z, the typical thing to think of is, like Nas could go up against Jay-Z, but not for nothing. Like, I think Nas would give him a run for his money, but I would love to see 50 go up against Jay-Z. And I think 50 would. I think 50 would give him a run for his money.
I don't know about 50, but y'all missing one person though.
No. You gotta remember, Versus. Ever since that Locks and Dipset Versus, they changed the atmosphere. It's not just about your hits. It's not just about. You gotta bring everything. It's the underground shit. It's the unreleased shit. It's the freestyle shit. It's the remix shit. The feature shit. Mm-hmm. Nigga, 50 would wash him. I'm sorry. 50 would probably wash him.
Probably. And in my opinion, like it's so crazy that Jay-Z's the person who's saying this, really, because Jay-Z is very versatile as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Not only with how he raps and his flows like that, but his subject matters, whatever. But because of that, there's almost so much people from every lane of rap that you could think of at least one person that could counter what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the main people I think is Lil Wayne. Like, first off,
I was gonna bring up Wayne.
Lil Wayne too.
First off,
Facts.
everybody knows how I feel about the whole Kanye shit, whatever. And I'm not even gonna like. I got Casey here saying, you know, Kanye would beat him. Michael Jackson, I don't think. Obviously, Michael Jackson. I don't even know how it works, but whatever. Michael Jackson. So forget.
We're gonna keep it at. We're gonna keep it at rappers because put all that nigga. I'll say Vibes Cartel could beat him, nigga.
All right. So because especially if we're talking about just going hit for hit back and forth. Come on, bro. Forget even Kanye West. Forget Drake, who I agree with. Also, maybe give him a run for his money. Forget Drake. But if Jay-Z wants to say, I'm talking about people that, you know, maybe even started the same time as me or that I would consider on my level. Start with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne can sit there on Versus. When Versus started, the first thing that came to my mind was I feel sorry for the person that got to go against Lil Wayne.
Go against Lil Wayne.
Because, and in my opinion, I thought maybe it would be Gucci, but obviously it ended up being Gucci and Jeezy or whatever. But Lil Wayne can sit down and bring up hits from tapes niggas don't even remember. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we talking about not even full-blown 5-minute songs. We talking maybe 1 minute, 2 minute songs of him just killing beats. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I tell you this right now. I remember this off memory. Lil Wayne's verse, Beyonce got a song called "Upgrade You" from back in the day with Jay-Z was featured on it. Lil Wayne shit that he spit to the table was far better than Jay-Z's verse on his own woman's song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right there, he would kill him with that. Like, nigga, I could bring up songs of your own woman that I've remixed that I've done better verses than you. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Jay-Z wants to go as far as say, oh, nah, not with no hits. Let's talk. Let's. Only person that can see me on the stage is someone who's going to come with the lyrics or whatever. I think he disrespected Nas and 50. You get what I'm saying? I feel like while Nas clearly does not have half as many even hits as Jay-Z, lyrically, Nas can see Jay-Z, bro. I tell people this all the time.
With that and his stage presence, I think he'll give
his stage
Jay a run for his money. And 50 would just like turn the crowd up and just like talking shit.
Exactly.
He would
with hits and you talking about like wordplay and being versatile stuff. 50 would murk him
and stage presence and talking shit. He would violate, bro. He would
violate him. OD. And that's why I'm like, bro, man. I feel like Jay-Z does certain things because he knows just because of his status, certain people won't step to him or won't even challenge what he's saying. Because if you do that, then it's like, oh, you disrespecting Jay-Z, whatever. But it's like, yo, you tripping, man. Like Wayne, 50, and Nas, I feel like there's 3 people he really disrespected saying that. Even Eminem.
Yeah.
I think
that was a big debate some people
today feel their way about Eminem, but Eminem could see Jay-Z on that stage with hits.
He could, but some people were saying, some people were conflicted with picking one or the other. So they say like, oh, I can't put them in the same category. But I'm like, bro, they're both rappers. They're both lyrical.
Put Jay-Z and Eminem in the same category. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, somebody was saying because that's what it was. Their argument was because they have different demographics. But I'm like, that's not necessarily true because I know mad white people that bump Jay-Z and I know mad black people that bump Eminem. So I don't know where they were getting that argument from.
Yeah,
but that's what they were saying.
I would say obviously you could argue, you know, and Eminem don't owe nobody nothing, so I don't really care. But he's obviously not, I would say, as publicly popular as he was back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, word.
That's true.
Die-hard fan base. But
that's true.
People just not checking for him like they would back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Jay-Z, people still kind of, you know. But yeah, bro, them people he disrespected, bro.
Yeah, my thing with that, because I feel like it was like he said that to, like, so he didn't get pressed about hitting the stage for Versus. I would have rather him say, like, I think we spoke about it in the last episode. Like, I don't think they'll be able to afford my time at that. You know what I'm saying?
Even that.
Like, I'd rather
the alley, bro. That was an alley.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna dunk it soon. Somebody's gonna dunk it soon. He was throwing the alley, bro. I know somebody's gonna dunk it soon. They probably talking to Swiss and Timberland right now. No kizzy.
Yeah, I just think
because if you notice, a lot of these verses, they start with somebody saying some shit like, "Oh, nobody can't," and the next thing you know, the whole camaraderie. You know, that's what social media is now. You know, all publicity is good publicity, as NWA said. You know what I'm saying? So they feeding off of that shit now when it comes to the verses, bro. Maybe. So I think, in my personal opinion, when I heard it, my first thing is, oh, it's an alley. Somebody gonna catch it, and I'm just thinking, who gonna catch it? Is it gonna be Nas? You know, the most predictable one. or is it going to be somebody else?
I don't think Jay-Z will go up here and actually do it.
I don't think he's doing it. Yeah, I think that was part of why he even did all this was to say
probably.
like, look, I'm not going on that stage, bro. Like nothing's gonna get.
Yeah,
but like y'all said, I feel like why he didn't just say that, like, yo, y'all can't afford me on that stage. Bro. You know what I'm saying?
Could have just said that if that's what it was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, that's all he had to say. All he had.
He
to
knew
say.
we would have been talking about it too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think he knew by
that's
saying it, we're gonna be talking about it for sure.
That's true.
And I feel like there's certain artists that you won't ever see on the Versus stage. I don't think we're gonna see Drake on the Versus stage. I don't think we're gonna see.
Yeah, you're never gonna see. Not no time soon. Never Drake. Not Kanye.
Maybe Nas. You may see Nas possibly. I don't know.
Versus would have to get bigger.
All right. So next question then. Other than Jay-Z, who do you think would be worthy to go on that stage with Nas?
With Nas.
Nas is a very kind of specific. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like only Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Like
I'm thinking, cause I don't know, cause I want to say Eminem, but I feel like Eminem's another one that I don't see going on the Versus stage.
Yeah, I would more so. Yeah. I wouldn't see him. I definitely don't see him doing it at all. Like,
yeah, I don't know who will go up against Nas. Maybe I'm trying him for saying that he would hit the Versus stage.
Yeah, Jay-Z wouldn't go against someone that could beat him. Yeah, exactly that too. You would never go. But I mean, the Versus thing too is also. Do they ever pick like an official winner or loser? Do they ever do that or no?
Nah, like that's what I'm saying. Why are these people scared to go?
There's never a winner or a loser.
Yeah, it's really kind of just subject to your own opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. The public opinion is what determines it after. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like who gets the most
I think that's what they
memes
nervous. I think that's what a lot of people are nervous about because you can't really control. After that, you can't really control the public opinion at that point. They just gonna say what they say.
Yeah, Andre 3000 is another person. And you know what, too? I was going to
say
Andre
3000 and Nas. Yep.
Andre 3000.
Right.
That's true.
And I was even thinking Andre 3000 for Jay-Z, but I was like, Andre, he stays so low-key that he doesn't even have, other than, you know, his work with Outkast with Big Boy, he doesn't have like even a whole body. He never even did a solo album. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I guess you can count Love Below.
Yeah, she
you
said
know what I mean?
Bow Wow. Get out of here.
Get out of here with that Bow Wow. But I ain't gonna lie though, a sleeper, a good Versus. I would like to see Nas against Ice Cube, like a different East Coast versus West Coast. I feel like as rappers turn businessmen where they are now, but still kind of being creative in their own way. I think that would be dope to see them go back and forth with their classics and some of their new shit that they made. That would be dope to see.
I don't know about Ice Cube. I like to see Nas and Snoop. I think Nas and Snoop would
be dope too.
Yeah.
How about Mos Def? How about Mos Def?
Well, see, Mos Def, that's another nigga who don't like name 10 most. I think if you don't even have 10 hits, you shouldn't hit a Versus stage.
True.
And I would say Mos Def don't got 10 hits.
With Nas,
but
you know what I mean?
Yeah, lyrical. If we talking straight lyrics, but Nas got at least, I would say, 10 songs that he could play that people would be like, okay.
I
you know
agree.
what I'm saying?
I would have to agree. You're right.
Mos Def, one of the greatest rappers, I agree, but not and he didn't. That wasn't his career. You know, he didn't care about making hits and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but yeah, yo, definitely interesting to see that whole Jay-Z opinion on Versus. And it's funny, he doesn't have anything to do with Tidal anymore at all, I guess, right? Jay-Z?
I don't think so.
I think I think
he might still do. But
I heard
he maybe has some kind of ties to it, but not no crazy ties like before.
Got you. All right, we're gonna see. So moving on though, we're gonna talk about this whole Diddy. We're gonna talk about Diddy buying back Sean John. So
smart motherfucker, yo.
Smart motherfucker. I mean, not only smart, but a really great profit in his, you know, he sold Sean John back in what I think it was like 2016 or something like that, maybe earlier. I forgot the year.
Yeah, I forgot the year, but it was around that time when he sold it for 70 mil.
70 mil. My man sold it for 70 mil and just bought it back for 7.5. You get what I'm saying? He was trying to shoot with 3 at first, but they doubled it.
Made the flip. That's crazy.
The ill flip. So I'm gonna give my opinion first, and I'm gonna hit y'all with it. So the question now that I'm hearing everybody kind of come with is like, was this a smart investment as far as what can he do with Sean John in the fashion culture? Like, what can he do? Will it be Sean John again? Like, will people really mess with it like that?
And not for nothing, I'll start. I was gonna tell you, I think it will, because with the way how everybody's bringing like the old new drip, you know what I'm saying? Like dressing like almost like a mix of 80s, 90s, but it's still 2021 feel. I feel like if he's smart about the designs, Sean John could go back up, bro. not for nothing. It could go back up, and then he be right there promoting that bitch next to Ciroc.
I feel you. Yeah, exactly.
He might fuck around and sell Sean John for $700 million this time, my nigga, if he play his cards right. It got real opportunity, because I ain't gonna lie, just seeing the logo, that Sean John logo, was a great nostalgic feeling just to even see it. So that's what I'm saying. If he presents his new line of fashion through that shit the right way, I believe that shit'll go crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Man. I feel you, man. I feel you. For me,
what you think?
If you think about it, you gotta have the picture in mind. For example, it's not only United States market. You know what I mean? Like European countries love these sweatsuits. Like they love these suits. So then you can imagine that if Diddy brings it back, bro, it's gonna pop. And in Europe, for example, it's really old fashioned how they dress. You know what I'm saying? They like that look. So it's like it's definitely going to sell Europe. And what happens in Europe is that when the artists go over there to Berlin and Germany,
they bring the drip back.
They bring it. So then it's gonna come full circle, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna come full circle. It's gonna come full circle. For real.
Yeah, word. Don, what you thinking?
Yeah,
I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, definitely think it's a good move. You know what I'm saying? It's like black-owned business, and you know what I'm saying? Like Diddy trying to just do things and be great. I love to see it, and I hope he does great with it. But Sean, I never really was messing with Sean John like that, to be honest with you. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what he does with it now. You know what I mean? Like see what level he takes it to. Look, Casey in the chat said he should do a collab with Kanye. That'll be dope.
Sean, I feel like something could happen.
See things like that.
Yeah, that's the stuff I want to see. I don't want to see the normal Sean John that we used to see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I, in my opinion, I wasn't really messing with it like that.
Yeah, bro. I mean, back in the day, when I was in elementary and all that, when
we used to get the sweatsuits and the
fat farm
jean jackets.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like along with Fat Farm, Fubu, you know what I mean? Echo, Anichi, all that shit like that. Yeah, and yeah, to be honest, I feel like I agree with y'all. I think it has potential, and I feel like it, especially if he does like Chris saying here in the chat. If he not only hires young designers and make sure he finds the kids that are really popular right now and the kids that have their own stuff going on, to help him with it. I feel like it has potential because it already got the name Sean John. It already got this buzz from him buying it back. If you can, like even said, try to do something with Kanye, or at least get Kanye to maybe design a collection for it or something like that, if not a whole line, So, yeah, man, I hope he like he made Revolt TV, right? Like Revolt TV, when it came out, a lot of people was doubting it, but he was smart. He made sure he got programming on there that connected with the youth and with what was going on. So it's been successful. And
a lot of fire on Revolt TV, bro.
A lot of fire on Revolt TV, bro.
Maybe one day Pop Up TV will be on Revolt TV.
Maybe Pop Up on there one day,
man.
Diddy, what's up?
I love it.
Never know, man.
Yeah, you feel me? So I feel like it's definitely a smart move, and I'm just more so curious as to how long is what's the time frame going to be on how long it takes them to get into production and showing new material and stuff like that.
I'm not sure, but I'm sure they'll be moving quick because I was going to say it too. It's not going to be hard for them to connect with the youth because, King Combs and Christian, or not Christian, same nigga, Justin and all his kids, like they all in tune with the culture. They all hang out with the rappers and they be in the studio working on music and stuff. So it ain't going to be hard for them to figure out the right play and get it mapped out. It's just making sure they got the right designers, man. That shit gonna go crazy.
Exactly.
Thanks, bro. Shout out to Diddy, man. That's definitely a smart move, smart business move, buying your company back with his name still attached. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy.
Word.
All right, so we're getting close to the end. We're gonna close it out soon, but let's move on real quick. I want to talk real quick about the rapper. We often on here when we come, seems like every other week now there's some sort of rapper who passed away by violence, not even natural causes. So I don't remember what event it was exactly, but it happened about a week ago, if I'm not mistaken. But Drakeo, I don't know if that's how you say his name, Draco the Ruler.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna start with Clay first, and then we go to Don. But I don't really know how to feel about this because I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew nothing of this man prior to, and this is kind of my thing when this stuff happens. It's like I feel like people go on this whole big you know,
they start bubbling and then boom.
Yeah, it starts bubbling and all this stuff, and people, you know, go with the sorrow and the misery and the stuff for the person. But it's like, yo, y'all was never shown. I never saw anyone promoting his music before.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even know he was an artist for real until, you know, I think I might have heard his name once or twice before he passed away. But I did see the video, and not for nothing, like, of the whole brawl that happened up until when he got stabbed. Right. And it seemed like some unnecessary fuck shit that could have been avoided. It wasn't like a situation where, you know, wrong place, wrong time, and boom, he got stabbed and a nigga ran off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a bunch of niggas shaking hands. So I'm not surprised somebody pulled something out. You know what I'm saying? And with the amount of people I saw fighting in that parking lot or at the concert, like, I'm surprised nobody pulled a Thule out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know if you know the background of it.
Looked
like,
that crazy.
Does it have anything? For some reason, I've been seeing stuff. It has something to do with YG. Like him and YG had beef type stuff.
No, YG's homeboy died the other day too. Slim 400.
Yeah, Slim 400.
He got shot a couple weeks ago. But even him, while I can't say I really knew a lot of his songs or knew him like that. I at least knew of him through YG. YG would promote him.
Word. I've
seen on the day Draco the Ruler died on his time. I've seen prominent people in California and LA that knew him even personally promote him. Like, oh, and I'm like, bro, you ain't never. I follow you. You never posted this nigga before or his music. You get what I'm saying? Like,
people like that need to be called out. If that's your boy, you gonna post his death but not post his music.
Yeah, bro, I like that. That shit is weird, bro. Like, I ain't never seen these people post them, and these people are following, look at their stuff, and all of a sudden he dies, and like, oh, this is wrong, this is messed up, this is my man's. I was just with him last week, and I'm like, bro, how come you never let the world know? You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
so
the world is very weird, bro. I got niggas that I've worked on their music, talk to them every day, and they don't even follow me on social media and act like they fuck with me, bro. So
yeah, people. I realize that too. People are really funny and kind of sensitive about that following too, like whether they like, cause I know personally too. You know what I mean? And I try to know them professionally through either the podcast or whatever, and you'll follow them, but they kind of feel like they above you, I guess, so they don't follow you back.
Follow you back. Yeah.
I never got that. Yeah, I don't even get it. But you want to come on the podcast and get clout. So exactly.
Yeah, like you want to come work with us, but I'm better than you though. Like, I need you, but I'm better than you.
Exactly. Like,
makes no fucking sense.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, bro, and that's kind of just the weird thing for me about how his whole passing, because like I said, I never knew nothing of this man. Maybe I heard his name and I just don't remember hearing it, but definitely don't know his name.
And I'm not taking it away from him, but like it was especially surprising, like, to see Drake post this nigga too, and I was just like, you knew this nigga? I'm like, I never seen you hang out with this nigga, bro. Like, but you know, what do we know? You know, what do we know?
Yeah. So I mean, R.I.P. to Draco the Ruler, you know what I mean, and you know, hopefully this violence with rappers just shakes it chill, because I mean, a lot of dudes is dying. Yeah, it really is crazy. So we gonna close it out, but we gonna first talk about this Big Sean Drink Champs thing. Then we gonna talk to Phil about what he got going on, but. Big Sean Drink Champ. So if we, you know, previously we were talking about a couple episodes ago, we spoke about Kanye's Drink Champs, the two-parter. I think that was back in like the beginning of November, if I'm not mistaken. And he said some things on there about Big Sean, along with some other people that he used to be more affiliated with, that he's not so much affiliated with now. And they weren't good. They were mostly negative. One of the things he said about Big Sean was that, you know, he made a joke with a gravestone. And he was basically saying is, when I die, my gravestone should say that I deserve this because I signed Big Sean. Yeah. A lot of people, I think, before we even get into the Big Sean side of it, a lot of people, including Big Sean, I think kind of misconstrued this as Kanye being mad at Big Sean only through you didn't make me no money, or you wasn't a good talent kind of thing. I don't think he was like, I feel like his problems, which he made kind of clear if you watch the whole of his Drink Champs, was that his issue with some of these people was that they didn't have his back at times in his life when he felt like people who he really helped should have had his back. You know what I mean? And I don't wrong anyone in life that feels like that, especially Big Sean himself admits that this man saved his life. You know, he rapped for him in a radio station and got signed. A lot of people have done that and did not work out that way for them. You know what I mean? So I feel like you should consider yourself pretty lucky. And
exactly. Did you watch the whole? I watched the whole thing. Did you watch the whole Big Sean one?
No, I didn't watch the whole thing, but
it's funny. He actually talks about that whole situation with the political party and having his back in that regards. And apparently, Big Sean saying that wasn't true. Like all that, him not having his back. Like he's saying that he actually supported his decision and supported him. He said he even supported him publicly. He said that he said he tweeted not free Kanye, but
like before
Kanye
his campaign
president.
actually started, he tweeted Kanye for president. But then during Kanye's actual campaign and when he was running and ballots
when it actually mattered,
that, like when it actually mattered, he said his excuse was he didn't have Kanye's number, he couldn't get Kanye's new number, which that was kind of weird to me.
Interesting.
That's very that was very weird to me.
But yeah, bro, I feel like that's kind of a silly excuse because like
it is.
Everybody in your life could you feel me text you and say, oh, I support you here or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like for example, I feel like there's probably even people in Kanye's life who on a daily basis when they're working with him or even publicly support him and say, yeah. But when they go home to their family, they probably like, yo, this nigga is crazy as hell.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's the thing. So that's my thing with that situation, right? Because Kanye talking about people didn't support blah blah blah. But what if they really didn't support what you was doing, right? Like he really not fucking with it, but they're not going out there like not supporting or trying you publicly. They just sitting back, letting you do you. You know what I'm saying? I would respect that more than Big Sean going out faking saying okay yeah blah blah blah. You know what I mean? He being his own man, like he probably didn't support what Kanye was.
Ain't nothing wrong with being your own man, but here's the thing. There are so much people in life who has benefited off of another man, and because they get to a certain level, they now feel like I don't need to support no other man. When Big Sean needed support in his life, when he was broke as fucking Detroit at that radio station rapping, Kanye West stopped when he could have walked the fuck out that radio station and hopped in his car about his life. He stopped, listened to that man. Not only did he listen, he actually followed up and signed him and helped him have a very successful career.
That's true, and he does mention that. He does bring that up a lot.
No, that's cool. You can mention as much as you want, but mentioning it is not the real support. I don't know if you understand that. You can mention whatever you want to mention, but if a time comes up when I need you in my life, and this is something that was, whether it's not important to you, it was clearly important to Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? At the time, clearly he cared about it. If you couldn't even have he claims he didn't have his number, whatever. If you couldn't even have a conversation to hit me up and be like, yo, bro, I fucks with you and I appreciate everything. But for me personally, I can't publicly endorse you as president or act like I'm going to do that. I can understand Kanye West being upset that somebody you've gone on public and said I saved your life and your family's life and all that shit like that. Look what Dr. Dre has done for Eminem. Look what Eminem did for 50 Cent. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Look what Jay-Z did for Kanye West. Look what Dame Dash did for Jay-Z or helped Jay-Z do. Look what P. Diddy did for Biggie. You get what I'm saying? There's so much people in life, in rap, well, it's not even say life, in rap alone, who have helped other people. And 50 sometimes it's, niggas appreciate it to the max and will help you do whatever. You know what I'm saying? And there's other people like Big Sean. I don't jack the Big Seans of the world, bro.
I think with Big Sean,
so let me finish this. Just up until the other day, I seen on BMF Eminem do a little too. And mind you, Eminem does not act. He says to people, I don't fuck with the act. Since he had a terrible experience with 8 Mile, he does not act. And because you can tell he has a respect for 50 Cent, he did that little 2-minute clip or whatever it was that he had to go get dressed for to do on BMF.
White Boy Rick.
And I'm sure that was not Eminem. I'm sure he was not completely comfortable. I'm pretty sure it took him a while to think about it and decide if he want to do it. But I can almost bet that 90% of his decision to go through and do it was like, you know what? 50 Cent brought me a lot of money in my life. And he not only that, he's a friend. He's a real person in my life that I appreciate and that I helped and he helped me, just like Dr. Dre helped me. Why do the people like Big Sean in the world feel like they can slide through everything by saying, yeah, bro, I lost that nigga number, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? At the time, bro, I'm my own man. I was trying to go my own way because I'm my own man. You get what I'm saying?
One thing I could tell off that interview when it comes to Big Sean, you make a lot of sense. You're right with the majority of that. One thing I could tell is that he probably has issues confronting Kanye, but like real deal, like a real man. Because even when it came to the $6 million apparently that Kanye owes him, or not necessarily Kanye, or whether it's Good Music, Kanye, or whoever owes him the money, he said he hasn't physically sat down and spoke to Kanye about that, and it's been some time. that he's been owed that money.
Nigga audited him and all that, but hasn't told him about it.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he just, I don't know, maybe just nervous to talk to him, and you know what I mean? Maybe around that time, like you said, somebody else would be like, hey, I'm your dog, but publicly I can't go out and do this. You know what I mean? He probably one of those people that's just afraid to talk to Kanye. I don't know. It seems like he's just afraid to talk to him. You know what I mean? But
I feel you.
But nah,
it does come off like that, because like I said, it to me, like when you're associated with someone and they expect you to be around that person, whether you are or not, you know what I'm saying? It should not be hard for you at any given point in time to get contact to that person. That's like me saying, oh yeah, I ain't get a chance to talk to Jay, in like 3 months because I lost my phone and I ain't have his number, and I got a new phone and I never got his number. Like, nigga, you know how many people I could hit up to get,
and that's my point. You can tell me the amount of years Big Sean and Kanye West was like this with each other.
Exactly.
Even if they ain't speaking,
you couldn't hit up 2 Chainz to push for his number.
There's nobody this man, especially if he really wanted to be like, yo, I gotta let this man know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want him to think. There's people like, they don't care if your relationship or how they take things with you get misconstrued, but then when you get upset, they try to act like you got no right to be upset. You didn't care how I felt when you could have hit me up and said, Kanye, bro, I can't do it, bro. I can't support you on this whole red hat or this, or you running for president. I can't do it. You didn't attempt to do that. And granted, maybe it was innocent at the time. Maybe the Big Sean, he was just like, yeah, it ain't that, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if you didn't have that energy at that time to care about it, you gonna be tight now that the man is on Drink Champs and saying that he regrets signing you? Like, yo, I just don't get the concept of that, man. It just seems weird. Phil, we didn't really give you a chance. Tell us how you feel about it.
For me, the thing with Kanye and Big Sean is that, like, for me, Big Sean is just trying to be a grown man without feeling like he's under the umbrella of Kanye. But he picked the wrong time to do it. You know what I'm saying? He picked the wrong time to do it because Kanye needed you in that moment. And you chose, Kanye also could have chosen in the moment of giving you a signed deal to, like, ignore the little kid that was rapping. You could have ignored it. You could have ignored it. The same way he now ignored the whole representative.
Ignored him.
Yeah, exactly. He ignored.
True.
And
exactly.
And and not to cut you off, but like, I be talking to my brother a lot about, like, people, like, I don't know if you see right now what's going on with, like, Kodak Black and Jack Boy, or, there's plenty of other rappers who are falling out with their proteges or whatever you want to call it. And if you notice when this happens, it's always, the situation is an artist who helped bust this artist. You get what I'm saying? Like, then, and I do it too, so I don't even accuse, because I do the same thing. We'll look at rappers like, like Future or like Lil Baby or whatever, all these artists who claim they have their own label and have artists, and you're like, bro, you won't never promote these artists. We don't never see them. You going around yelling Free Bang Gang, but we don't know nobody in Free Bang Gang. Yeah. But then you got to look at it a nigga in Future's eyes, who probably looks at situations with niggas like Kanye and Kodak Black, and it's like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna bust one of you niggas. You gonna turn around and do this shit to me. You know what I'm saying? But have me out here looking stupid. Big Sean is on Drink Champs telling Nori, oh, I had to come on here because Big Sean got Detroit looking at me. I mean, Kanye got Detroit looking at me stupid.
Yeah, he's like, Detroit got Detroit looking at me
how
crazy.
Stupid you think Chicago and the rest of the world was looking at Kanye West when half of his homeboys abandoned him when he was trying to do some simple shit? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why do people only look at things, oh, me? This was just a one-way me.
I feel you. I agree.
Big Sean wouldn't even jump on that Drink Champs thing if it wasn't for Kanye going on there clowning him.
Yeah.
Valid point. Come on, bro. That shows you a weak man. You weak as a person. You care more about your image than somebody making fun of you or making a gimmick out of you than you do your own integrity as a man. That's some bitch ass nigga shit, man. I can't get.
Yeah, that was my only thing with it. Like, I feel like he was just afraid. Like he's scared. Not I wouldn't say, I'm not gonna say scared. I could say scared, but I'm gonna say he was more just like afraid, intimidated of
Perfect word.
Confronting Kanye about these different things. You know what I'm saying? Like what do you say, 60 million or 6 million, whatever it is.
6 million.
It's a lot of damn millions.
But even that's a lawyer situation. Get your lawyers. If you don't want to talk to him.
Not even. Because if y'all boys, like, if you my boy and there's 6 million that's audited, bro, I'm going to come talk to you and be like, yo, we boys, blah, blah, blah. We've been boys since there, but we got to fix this.
He knows he could do that if he does it the right way, because the nigga even said it. He was like, you owe me 6 million. Like, come on. Like, you just made billions. And it's like, bro, so like, you really are watching this nigga pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like, from a different side. from a different
paying
eye.
attention.
You feel me? Like you really looking at him
paying
like that. Like,
attention.
but and it's at the end of the day, like I get it. You know, the nigga owes you his money, but the fact that you can't even confront him about where he has gone wrong and where you are owed shows just how wrong you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the only pass I will give him for the whole number shit about him not having Kanye's number is if literally every artist in good music comes out and says, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Big Sean ain't lying. Like, none of us had contact to this nigga. None of us had his number. That's the only time I'll be like, all right, like, cool, whatever. Because Kanye is always gonna be Kanye. But I can't believe that shit, bro. Even if it is Kanye, I can't believe that shit.
And question, did he elaborate on like what exactly the $6 million was owed from? Was like a tour?
It was basically from, I think it was his first album.
Not even. It's just royalties in a way. And when they royalties
from whatever he dropped through good music,
exactly.
And then the label, rather than Universal or whoever the top label pay him, they paid Good Music.
Yeah, and Good Music was supposed to pay him. And
it was supposed to pay him, but he was getting underpaid.
So they got audited and he's owed that money.
That's crazy.
So it's like,
okay? Now here's my thing too. If I'm Kanye, and I feel like Kanye just don't do shit like this because he's the kind of person that don't like too much rah-rah with people. But if I'm Kanye, I'd be like, my nigga, check yourself. Technically, is that me, Kanye? Where you going around telling like people, bro? You going around telling people I owe you $6 million as if I borrowed $6 million from you and then pay you back or some shit like that. That is not the case, my nigga. From what y'all just explained, that is not Kanye West owing Big Sean $6 million. That's the company, Good Music, Universal, Def Jam, or whatever.
It's not Kanye himself. It's Good Music.
Yeah, because technically that wasn't supposed to be money out of Kanye's pocket. So I'd be like,
no, exactly. And that's why I said, like, the fact that he even brought up Kanye's pockets, talking about, oh, that nigga just made billions. Like, I'm like, bro, that has nothing to do with the actual money that's owed to you. That went through Good Music. It didn't go to Kanye. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
That's why it's like, why are you so intimidated to have this conversation with Kanye West when Kanye West is not to be blamed for the situation? You know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show you, like, certain people's temperature, bro. Like, when your temperature ain't right, my nigga, it don't matter if you right or wrong in a conversation. If you can't face that other man eye to eye, it's because you dead wrong for something else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I could just tell Big Sean is just intimidated by Kanye or Kanye's reaction or whatever it is, because if he couldn't go to him for that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just seems so like, because they asked him, like, did you physically talk to Kanye about this? And he's like, nah, I never really got the chance. He said he's a person of vibes. You know, like, he don't want to mess with the vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but so, like, he had to admit to it. He was like, "You're right. I need to."
Yeah, he definitely should have. But I believe the reason he brought it up is because, like you said, when you started, like, a lot of people thought that Kanye was talking financially, but it wasn't financially. That's why Big Sean said that, because he's like, how could I be the worst person that he signed when, you know what I'm saying, I made them so much money that they owe me this amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
You called it your own shit. And which, again, I tell those people all the time about Kanye West. Half of the reason why he's gotten to the shit that he didn't got into is because he says things and he expects everyone to kind of understand what he's saying or how he's saying it just from how he's saying it. So I'm not surprised that Big Sean and anyone else took it like, because when I first heard it too, I'm not gonna cap, I was like, the fuck does he mean? Like, Big Sean made this nigga mad money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the more you listen to him, then he starts bringing up the presidency. Yeah, and that's when I noticed, like, it's more than just that. Yeah,
it's like some personal shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you tied him for that. You know, so, and like Casey just said, Kanye don't run Good Music. It was not run this like the way Birdman runs Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot more of a, that's to his chest. You know what I'm saying? Birdman runs Cash Money. Like, that shit is his. You know, Kanye West, the amount of money, it's his. The amount of money Kanye West and any other artist needs to even start their own label from their parent company. By the time you get all that shit, it ain't just yours. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, Big Sean is stupid though. If you see something ain't right with your situation coming out of Good Music, and then you just went ahead and got another deal with Rock Nation, why not just move all your shit over to Rock Nation and stop? You know what I'm saying?
I think Good Music owns his masters.
Yeah, and to, you know, in defense of Big Sean, regardless of his new situation, old situation, whatever, I don't think that means he should just forget about his $6 million and not care about it.
Oh yeah,
no,
you know he needs to get it. He needs to be a man though.
He has a right. If that's his money. He has a right to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
First, you gotta be a man.
But going around jacking, you nigga, because I even saw when he tweeted that back in the summer, and it was vague when he tweeted it, but and I was thinking, like, how does this nigga owe you $6 million? You get what I'm saying? But Kanye didn't really say anything. It's like, nigga, don't go around telling people I owe you $6 million, my nigga. Like, I got kids to feed, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got more kids.
And that's something that I've even said recently,
damn
bro.
$6 million.
If we have a personal relationship, I mean, business is business, personal is personal. But if we supposed to be cool, and there's some discussion about money, you should not be running around telling nobody that you owe
that too. Like, that's just tacky, and that's just making
that's just tacky and just ridiculous, bro.
Just from watching
behind closed doors.
Just from watching the interview, you know, I hate to call another man this because he's old, like a grown man, but I feel like he kind of soft. You feel me? Like,
oh,
like,
yeah,
you know
that's
that's the main thing. I get the vibe that he's like soft. Like I said, he's just intimidated. You know what I'm saying? He not gonna like the confrontation. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably didn't have Kanye's number for a reason. Like, he probably said, "Oh yeah, I just don't even want to have Kanye because I'm afraid to get his
number. I'm gonna get a new phone and not get his number."
You know what I'm saying?
But listen, and no, like I said, I even kind of believe it. Maybe, like you said, for whatever reason, he truly didn't have his number. But like Clay said a little earlier, you mean to tell me, especially if it was really about either the $6 million or just to tell him you couldn't support him politically, you couldn't get in contact with this man in no way?
That was a cap. That's cap. Right
Come on, son. You didn't have to even through emails. Come on,
he capped out on that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So far, because he could have a good excuse. Maybe nobody in good music had Kanye number at this time, but for right now he capped out. I can't believe that.
It's weird, bro. It's weird, man. Yeah, but well, yeah, we gonna keep up with that too. Obviously, we gonna see what else Big Sean, you know, and not for nothing, I like to add, you know, Kid Cudi literally walks around with painted nails, and he handled Kanye West more like a man than Big Sean did. Which is sad.
Valid point.
You know what I'm saying? Very sad. The man walks around wearing dresses and makeup and all that shit. And even he was more manly with how he handled his Kanye West situations. But shout out to Big Sean. So that's it as far as the topics that we got. We've been at it for about an hour or so, but I do definitely want to talk to Phil about some things before we exit out. Particularly, you had mentioned earlier, you kind of went into a little bit about the whole baseball situation and the MLB. And so talk to us about that, because one of the sports that I'm always like kind of curious about, especially the process, because we all know how niggas get in the NBA and the NFL, and you know, so I kind of always want to know like how similar or how different is it going through like high school, college with the whole baseball thing and getting to the major leagues or the minor leagues.
Okay, for me it was at 14. I came from the island to the United States. I went to Trinity Christian Academy here in Boyne,
right.
EJ.
That's
and
where you know Don from.
EJ's from, exactly. And what happened is that like throughout the high school, so from freshman year to senior year, there's all these tournaments that happen with like these summer ball or winter ball teams that you play with. So then the best players from different places around the whole state or nation, wherever you want to pick them from, play in these tournaments where scouts and colleges come to see you. It's like AAU, but for baseball on a bigger stage. You know what I mean? Big. And these tournaments I'm talking about are extremely big. And mind you, baseball is played on a big field, so there's a lot of people. So it's like a very big thing. And then what would happen is that like the better you get, the better your summer ball team would be, because coaches will try to get you on a better team. Which again, just like the AAU, is like you don't want to play on a scrub team because then nobody gonna watch you. Nobody gonna watch you. Exactly. Well, in high school, it was the same thing where it's like there's all these ranking 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, and all that stuff. And it's like if your school is ranked low, no scout is gonna take you serious because they're like you playing low competition.
Right.
So then all these things would have to happen correctly for you to actually upgrade from level to level. And by my junior year, I made it to one of the best teams in the nation called the South Florida Elite back then. Okay. And we had at least like, I think it's 12 players from a team of 20 guys that got drafted in 2012 when we graduated high school. So it was a great team. And what happened is once you get drafted by whichever team, you go to wherever they're at. So for example, for me, I got drafted in the beginning of July. And as soon as I finished beginning of June, I think it was. And as soon as I got signed, I went to Arizona. So in 2 days, I got signed.
I'm assuming the Cardinals signed you?
The Arizona. No, the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks.
Oh, Diamondbacks. I'm bugging. Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
I'm talking about football.
But hey, that's true. Exactly.
I'm tweaking.
So,
but yeah, Diamondbacks.
Yeah, and then you
wait. So pause. Sorry. How old were you at this time when
I was
summer?
18. I just turned 18. Okay. 18. Yeah, I was 18, and then I got drafted in the 13th round, and then I basically took, let's say, it's public, $125,000 I got, and then also MLB scholarship.
Wow.
So technically, I took less money so I can get this scholarship plan, which allowed me to end up going to college and get my degree for free because they would pay for it.
Yeah,
so it was it's a perfect contract, dual contract, and then eventually once you go to the team, you get there, and then the real life hits you. You know, it's like you went from being a star player in high school, everybody knows you, to then becoming one of a million, and it's like, oh, you're no longer special. There's guys ahead of you that got signed for $3 million.
Yeah.
So if they got signed for $3 million, you got signed for $125,000. It's like you're already starting in the back. Like you're already slow stepping. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was the trajectory through high school was different because I wasn't an American. I was a guy from the islands that came here, and I had 4 years time to prove myself. While, for example, if you were American, you've been in the United States since you were born. Yeah. People been seeing you. But for me, it was like I had to be seen. So then I was continuously going left, right, going anywhere, trying out anywhere. My parents driving me places or flying me, living with host families, you know what I mean? Doing whatever it took so I can get signed or get seen, you know?
Wow. So
yes, sir.
Definitely is a journey.
Yes, sir.
And so what and were you, how did you get to Germany? Like, what was the Germany situation? Was this baseball related or music related?
Yeah, so for me, it was funny. Like I said, from 2012 all the way to 2017, I played baseball in the United States. So I played in minor leagues and then independent baseball leagues throughout the United States. In 2018, I got offered to go to Italy. So it was the first time I went overseas. And I went to Italy. Italy didn't work out so good that I ended up going to Canada. Canada didn't turn out so good either. So then in 2019, I had no offers to go play anywhere. So now I'm sitting at home. I didn't finish college yet. I have like a year and a half left of school. And I'm thinking, like, what am I going to do? A guy messaged me on Facebook saying, hey, you want to come play baseball in Germany? And I literally responded, bro, you bugging. and he goes, no, this is serious. I'm serious. He goes, no, this is serious. And I'm like, bro, y'all don't play baseball in Germany. Y'all play soccer out there. Like, don't play me like that. Yeah. He goes, no, I'm serious. It's a serious thing. So then I bought into it because he said we were going to go to Italy for spring training. And we were going to go to Nettuno, which is right outside of Rome. So I was like, oh, it's a free vacation, bro. All right, cool. I'm going to come. I said I will go. I showed up, and I haven't left since, you know. But I literally went to play baseball. In 2019, I went to Germany to just play baseball. And then there was a basketball team in the same city. And I was like, wait, if I get to try out on this team and I make it, I can make money all year round. So then I went to try out on the basketball team, made the team. They got me my first apartment in Germany. So they paid my first apartment for me, moved me from out of a dorm room into a real apartment. And then now, since then, I've created what I've been doing now, which is coach, play baseball, play basketball, and then also make music now.
That's fire.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
That's a hell of a story, man.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
That's fire.
Very inspirational.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
So you definitely say, including music, your experiences out in Germany have been good. Like everything has been like you like it out there.
For me, it's been both ways. It's like it started off not as good because for me it's like I'm an island guy. I'm not disciplined at all. I don't wake up early. I don't show up on time. I'm always late. I don't follow rules. You know what I'm saying? And then what happened is in Germany, it's like there's no messing up. Like you can't fuck up. Like there's only one way to do it.
That was my thought of Germany. Like when you think
and
Germany,
that's how
you know
it
what
is.
I'm saying? Yeah. I was like,
exactly
yo, it must be strict.
The best way I explain it is like this. I was at 4:00 in the morning at a street light. There was no cars. There was about 40 people standing there because we all left the club. The light was red and nobody crossed the street. No one. They just stood there, waited for like 7 minutes for the light to turn green. All these drunk people, they didn't cross the street, but there weren't cars coming for. It's 4 a.m. There's nobody.
They were obeying the laws.
They obeyed the law when they're drunk. Do you understand me? They are drunk.
He still obeyed the law when they're drunk.
Oh, they're obeying the law when they're drunk.
Crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? And there's this other theory too that I always see with them. It's like because remember, for me, I'm also not German, so I'm just there as an out of country dude. Like I'm also you know. And what happens is that like they have their way of seeing things too. For example, if a car comes from the Netherlands with a Netherlands driver's license plate, the people automatically say, "Ooh, these guys have weed." It's like they're they're automatically thinking Amsterdam, weed, this car is from the Netherlands, there's weed. And then what happens is, it's like, in my opinion, coming from a country that's outside of it, I'm like, dude, I can be driving that car and not have weed, and now you're you're just racist or just judging. But to them, it doesn't count prejudice, because all it is that like they're just speaking facts in their head. To them, it's like facts. It's like, his hair is nappy, so he's not German. They'll say it, but they don't mean it in like a bad way,
like a racial way.
Yeah, they just, to them it's common sense. And for me, it was crazy because, mind you, I lived in the U.S. and we had our history books, and you hear all the things you hear about Germany, and then when you get to Germany, it's like, okay, you can see how easy it was for back in the World War days things to just happen how they happen, because people will buy in. They will just follow in. They'll just do it. They won't argue. They don't want any trouble, because they believe that if you buy into the plan, it always works out. Because they're also seeing the country of Switzerland, and Switzerland is nuts, dude. Switzerland is like, the rules are how they are, and people follow it, and nobody says anything. The taxes are what they are, and nobody complains, but it works. You see what I'm saying? It works if you buy in. You know what I'm saying? If you buy in. But that ain't gonna happen over here.
Not over here.
Too many opinions over here.
Exactly.
I've seen the same thing about like Japan too. Like they're really strict over there with rules and laws and regulations, but because people obey and follow, everything runs really smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard people don't litter on the streets at all. They're like clean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, which is obviously very different than America, as much as we try to like keep up with it. But that too, I wanted to talk about as far as Germany real quick before we dip out. But as far as experiences, with race and stuff like that, would you say it was one of the more places where you had a lot of bad experiences as far as, people treating you differently and stuff like that, or no? It was
for me, what is the crazy thing is that like I am a half black guy that doesn't look it. I'm just white. So then when I show up places, I don't get in the same type of situations that my homies get into.
Right.
But what I started to notice is that like the moment they realized that I was not white like they are,
then they start to
exactly. I would get the same treatment. Let me give you a perfect example. I would be walking with my homies, and for example, one of them would start smoking a joint in the street. If he starts smoking a joint in the street, suddenly everybody would look, and they would like not stop looking. But when, let's say, if I chose, or one of my other friends would choose to smoke one, and he was white, the people would look and not look as long. It's like, and I can notice it. I see it. You know what I mean? Or they will see you wearing like your pants below your butt, and they'll be like pointing, like old 70-year-old ladies will be like, look at that dude. You know what I'm saying? And it suddenly showed me that to them, it's like, it's more so they're very they observe something and they acknowledge it. They don't have a filter. They have no filter. And what happens is, to us that come from these sides of the planet, for example, the United States or the islands in the Caribbean or Latin America countries, when you go to Europe, you realize that, remember, they started the world. Like they came from Europe and started going out and finding these places. So when we go back, we have this feeling of like they're the superior. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because think about it, in the United States, English people came here, right? So they're European too. So when we go back there, it's like their way of living is totally different. They think different. They're different because they're the ones that started us. You see what I'm saying? That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it, for real.
That's crazy, man. Like that, I always try to talk to people about those experiences they have living in countries, especially European countries, because I always get like mixed, people,
Yeah, I feel you.
What about the music out there? Oh, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah,
I was gonna say, like, how, like, so with, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is, because you make like hip hop ish type music, like. So how's that work over there when it comes to like shows and
I feel
the culture of hip hop?
I totally feel you. For me, I realized in Germany that they love old school boom bop rap. Like they love that Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang, J Dilla, that type of sound. What's that dude? Gangstar? Where is that?
Gangstar.
Oh, dude. That's the type of stuff they listen to now. And if you go to the modern guys they listen to, it's Jay-Z, it's J. Cole, it's Kendrick. So they keep Joey Badass is very big in Europe. They love bro.
Yeah,
Joey
I heard they
Badass
love him in
slaps.
Europe.
ASAP
dope,
Rocky
though.
slaps.
So they're not
Ace-
very big on like trap music out there. They don't really.
They do, but it's like it doesn't fit. How do you expect if, dude, like the middle class German guy is almost more rich than the upper class here in Germany, here in the United States. So it's like, why would I be rapping about trapping? It's like, nah, it doesn't fit for me because
It
I'm
doesn't-
chilling.
they don't
Yeah,
They don't
even
correlate.
fit to the
like they don't
reality.
relate to it. They don't like
Exactly. And if they go trap, they go the UK style. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the UK,
Yeah, like-
because in
like
Europe, the
Skepta and
UK
shit like
drill,
that.
the UK drill hits Dutch Valley, bro.
Yeah, I
That
know,
UK
yeah.
drill, exactly. It's different over there. You know what I mean? But I think right now the biggest thing they're trying to do is like everybody that does drill is trying to do that pop smoke thing in Germany. They're trying to do that pop smoke sound because rest in peace. It's like or they're trying to chase this like old school hip hop sound that Jay-Z always used to have.
That's very interesting. That's very.
You see what I'm saying?
But I've always heard Germany is a fun place to go and visit, regardless. And I definitely would love to come and check it out.
Bro, it's unreal. I'm telling you, it's unreal.
Yeah.
I've been there for 3 years and I haven't left. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah,
I got myself
yeah.
a home girl now. Like I got everything, dude. The thing in Germany is that they take care of everyone. If you're homeless, they'll take you off the street, pay you, and get you an apartment so you get off the street. They'll do this.
Yeah, I mean,
all you have to do,
From you saying that they didn't have a stimulus, but they were still paying people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The country was paying.
Exactly.
That sounds like a lot better than the stimulus. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
you're still getting
exactly.
80% of your
more
salary.
Consistent. It's consistent.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
consistent. It's not just one check.
It's not just
Yeah,
one.
it's not just one check.
There you
Yeah,
go.
But you know what? You know what? I mean, they abide by everything, so they deserve it, bro. America don't really deserve that. Like Americans got the stimulus and was like, oh, fuck that stimulus.
Niggas would have been buying Casamigos every day.
True, but this
yeah.
is how I see it. I feel like that Germany doesn't put their people into situations the United States allowed their people to get into. That's
Yeah,
also
that
the thing.
I mean,
Yeah, you
there's
see
ups
what
and
I'm saying?
there's goods and there's pros and cons about every country. You know
Exactly.
What I'm saying?
That's
what I believe.
also
I don't
the
know about
thing.
North Korea
Exactly.
though. I ain't jacking.
No,
North Korea.
exactly.
Yeah, ain't no
That's
quotes.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
But yeah, man. So we unfortunately, I wish we could stay for like another hour. We get
straight, man.
But I'm gonna let the guys finish say whatever they gotta say after. But Phil, bro, thank you so much, man. You was a perfect guest. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it,
The participation was crazy. We'd be honored to have you. You know what I'm saying? In the future, help us on the panel and talk about whatever, man, for sure. So. Definitely thank you for sharing your experience. Your story was very inspirational, and I think a lot of people
facts, definitely
could take something from it.
Thanks for the opportunity, man. For real.
Yeah, of course, bro. Of course. So that's episode 49. Clay, Don, I don't know if y'all got anything y'all wanna.
I'm good. Once again, like appreciate you, Phil, for pulling up, man, on
Hey,
short notice too. Like, I hit you up like a day or two ago, told you come on, and you came on. Before Clay goes, though, I want
you'd have thought he knew for like a week. He was prepared.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Came through professional and everything. But before I get to Clay, I want you, because I know you got something that you're working on musically. So I want you to, you know what I'm saying, let everybody know what you're working on musically. Before Clay
thank you.
taps out.
In January, I'm dropping my EP to start off the year perfectly right. My first 10 months of music, I rapped a lot about my emotions and my feelings because it was like my therapy, you know? So then in January, I'm going to do one more emotional rap EP, 3 songs, very short and compact, 9 minutes, really good to listen, a quick listen, to let my feelings out one more time before I start dropping some bangers. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Before I start dropping some bangers.
That's fire. Definitely.
Yeah.
And that's going to be on all platforms?
Exactly. All fat platforms. The name is easy. Wee. It's a WIWI. If you put it anywhere, you'll find me. Because there's nobody else that have it. Wee. You'll find me. For sure. For sure.
Yeah, man. Again, Phil, for me now, thanks for being on the show, especially being last minute called up, man. Vibe was on point. Definitely hope to get up with you in the future in person, you know what I'm saying? Especially when all this COVID shit go down.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, and then everybody in the chat, man, shout out to everybody that's always sticking with us in the chat on YouTube and, always following us. Don't forget about the Cash App below. Yeah, man. And
episode 50, we're going to try to do something special. We're going to try to have a very special guest. We still trying to get some women. I know y'all don't like to be called females no more. Women.
Woman.
So yeah, episode 50 hopefully is gonna be like some games and stuff that we're gonna do. Hopefully, So everyone that's in the chat, thank you. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Be good. Peace.